It's called Bottled Up Creative. I've stored all my creative like time was in a bottle, but I think it's time to pop the cork and do this thing full throttle.
Hey everyone, John Hruby here, creator of Let's Create Tuesday, author of Space Spiders on Prom Day. Great to see you. Steve Dahl has participated in Let's Create Tuesday, and he was Steve, so good to see you. How are you?
Good to see you. Good to be here. Thank you.
Yeah. And the reason why we're making this little video is you wrote a poem about Let's Create Tuesday and tapping into your creativity. Tell me a little bit about it.
Just for you. Well, I was under the pressure. I'm in this group and there's 16 little squares on my screen, and you said, all right, take 20 minutes and go do something creative. I couldn't think of anything else. So I did what I always do. I wrote a poem.
That's awesome. Yes. And you are quite a poet. And have you published books yet? You have, haven't you?
Working on that. Working on that.
You're working on it. No, because I've read some of your work, and it's very, very fun.
I got really inspired going to USM, and I did a lot of poetry there in those classes, and that was just a hoot. I was really affirmed for that creative part of my life, but I've put off that creative part of my life because I'm busy with my marketing work, which is fun, it's creative, but it's not the same.
Right.
So I'm looking to get back into it. So I appreciate what you did in that class to help set that environment and set up that timing and set up that cadence and that rhythm to foster that creativity.
Right. And for people who are watching this video that are just learning of Let's Create Tuesday, it's on Tuesday night, and you can click on the link below and learn more about it. But the gist of it is we get together with a group of people, and I started it when we started this whole COVID experience, and people had, been watching Netflix and snacking and drinking. And at some point, about 6 weeks in, we all went, I'm doing this too much. There has to be something more. And for me, I've always known that something more is creativity. And so I said, I wanted to create an experience, Let's Create Tuesday, where people get together and we talk about creativity, we get inspired, and then they actually have time. It's actually a full 30 minutes where they paint, they draw, they write, and play guitar. It's muted. It's all muted. So and we do all this, and then we come back and then we talk about it. If we have any questions, we share the stories, and we even break into little groups so people can connect, and there's a community, of creative community going on. And so Steve wrote this poem experience, and I said, oh my God, that's so fantastic. Would you read it out loud and share it with people, because it's not only was created and birthed in a Let's Create Tuesday, but it's about Let's Create Tuesday and tapping more into our creativity. And Steve said he would read it.
Sure. Do you have a drum roll? Sound effects. Here they come. Okay, yeah, we'll do that later. It's called Bottled Up Creative. I've stored all my creative like time was in a bottle, but I think it's time to pop the cork and do this thing full throttle. Okay, John, I'm busted. I've been eating all those chips that never really satisfy, not unlike my Netflix. You see, I've been thinking I'll publish this someday. I'll overcome distractions and all my poems will pay. But procrastination's addictive. What cure will end delay? My zoning out has numbed me, at least until today. My recovery plan has started, my 12 steps ever clear. Not doing my creative is like a drunk that drinks more beer. It's dangerous to admit this, that I've sung the same old tune. Addictions that keep putting off have led me to this Zoom. So hear me now, you 16 squares before me on the screen. I now declare I've found the cure to putting off my dream.
Yes. Yeah. Let's Create Tuesday.
It reminds me of a quote from Brene Brown's book, Daring Greatly, that really stuck with me. I might not have it exact, but it's something like, not doing your creative is not unbenign.
Right.
Think about that. There's a danger in not expressing that creative part of you. It's not good for you to hold that inside.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. For people who may be just stumbling upon this, I'm an author and a coach, and I've been working with people since 2005, so over 15 years. And I am 100%, it's been a while, but it's gotten clearer and clearer over the years that literally being creative is like drinking water. And like literally, if people are not creative, playing guitar, drawing, writing, gardening, whatever it is to you, like don't have other people tell you what it is for you, but whatever that is to you, whatever it is to me, whatever it is to Steve, if we don't do it, that is when we just don't feel good. And when we don't feel good, then we slip into eating a little too much, staying up a little too late, watching, drinking, being on social media a little more, because we want something else to satisfy ourselves.
Right.
And I love consuming. I love watching shows. I love watching movies, but it's never, ever, ever the same as actually writing.
And all those people spent their time doing that beautiful creative work to give you a movie. Why not make your own movie? Why not make your own musical? Why not do your own play, right?
Yeah.
Instead of watching it on that flat screen.
Yeah. And by all means, and then what I found is when I do my own writing in a day, half hour, even just 45 minutes, then I can actually go and watch a movie and then enjoy it. Yes. As opposed to having to need it to try and fill the hole of me not doing my own.
Yep, there you go.
Right. And so, and then just real quick, when I started writing every day, I became a better husband and a better father. And when I had a day job, better at my day job, because the joy and the fun just leaks out to everybody.
You know, and speaking of leaking, I think your Zoom hosting skills are really good too. Just want to leak that out to the world.
We'll leak it out. Thank you.
So much better at your Zoom hosting skills, which I've never seen before.
Yes. Well, so
thank you.
I appreciate that. I just love it. I love doing all this. I love creativity. I love people tapping into it. And so if you're interested, click on the link, learn some more, and maybe we'll see you around.
I'll do that.
All right. Fantastic. All right. See you later.